My name is Julian Palmer, and I've been involved in the Australian psychedelic scene since 1999. And this is my understanding of the Australian psychedelic scene, entheogenic scene, plant medicine scene, circa November 2019. And I think what we're seeing, what we have seen this year, is a lot greater public awareness of psychedelics and their benefits. A lot more people reaching out and wanting to take materials such as psilocybin and MDMA in particular, simply for their efficacy and benefit. And so what we're seeing in this space is a rapid adoption, and many people, for example, taking mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, in terms of microdosing. You're seeing the increase of ayahuasca groups, even the Cambo frog. You have quite a lot of people smoking the bufo toad medicine in Australia, with many facilitators coming through, and I'd say many dozens, up to 50 people in a population of 25 million people serving ayahuasca. And yeah, I'd say Australia in general has a strong scene. Since the early noughties, there's been conferences in Australia such as Entheogenesis Australis, which started in the mid-noughties, and Enthea Botanica as well, and the Australian Psychedelic Society over the last few years has been hosting many talks and meetups and film screenings. So you've been seeing this convergence of people, and many more people entering the space. We also have this organisation called Mind Medicine Australia, who are a wealthy couple who are philanthropists, who are directing their efforts into increasing awareness and supporting scientific research into psilocybin and other psychedelics, especially in this medicalization model, this therapeutic model. So they're holding a summit next year with the sort of usual suspects, Ben Sessa, David Nart, and Robin Carhart-Harris. So yeah, definitely you're seeing a movement away, especially the last few years, from subcultural use to pretty much everyone in society, and the stigma appears to be falling away. And that being said, in Australia there's quite a strong conservative standpoint, and I'd say the establishments of academia and the people, the professionals in the medical field, quite conservative and stuck. And I'd say often it takes developments overseas to have really found their footing, and then Australians feel comfortable to adopt those techniques and methodologies. Even though Australia is a new culture, and theoretically you have freedom to do lots of new things, in practice there's often not the confidence, and we find a deeply conservative colonial consciousness. So in that sense, in the official domain in academia and in the medical field, I think developments might be slow. However, there is some research going ahead with psilocybin in palliative care, which is for people who are dying in Melbourne at St Vincent's Hospital. They're using psilocybin for that research. So there's some sign on that front. However, the underground is very strong, and people like myself are very much into pioneering and developing. And I think the underground scene, that the networks of people who know each other, supported by websites like Shaman Australis and previously Ethnobotany Australia, and the various conferences and events and big festivals like Rainbow Serpent and so on. It's supported by that, a lot of people growing plants as well. People growing the cactus, they're growing mushrooms. Mushrooms are readily available. Of course, the acacia, which is Australia's national floral emblem, containing DMT, means that DMT is flooding the country. And I quite often hear of famous people, well-known people, sports stars, people at the very top of Australian society smoking DMT and getting a lot out of it. So on that front, we're seeing a lot of shifts as well. In the underground, I've been facilitating ayahuasca groups since 2002, utilizing a non-traditional model, utilizing Syrian rue and acacia, and also ayahuasca. And there's that's definitely a big part of it. So I've also been developing other models, which I believe I personally find more useful than this sort of theoretical lab coats in the clinic room model, whereby, for example, I might do a cactus walk, where up to 30 people, maybe 15 to 30 people take cactus all day, walking out in nature. And so I find that to be incredibly therapeutic, because I think a lot of the healing is intersocial, interpersonal healing, when people really come together, because I think a lot of that's why people are so anxious and unhappy, and they're not connecting. I've been filming a documentary. I've interviewed 54 people in the Australian psychedelic scene, because I know a lot of the key people, and just trying to condense their wisdom and understanding, because I think the Australian scene is quite developed and advanced, and I think this would be a good way for people to see and understand other people's experiences, what's worked for them, in terms of understanding the experience, contexts, integration, stuff like that. So hopefully next year I'll release that as something like a 5 or 7 part series that people can download as a resource. So I think that's about it. Generally the space is looking healthy. We're not seeing any particular harassment by law enforcement. The public is changing their tack. What I'm seeing probably more concerning is you're seeing this kind of, perhaps the rise of the medicalization model, and you're seeing some people, even at this stage when we're very much operating in a grey area, you're seeing a lot of people just beginning to operate just for profit. And I think, we've all got to be vigilant about, as this becomes bigger, the dilution of the space and the magic, and try and keep this space pure and focused on what's important, rather than just the dollar signs. So, and also just following, the official protocol, rather than really exploring and developing and being true to what the psychedelic space is and what it means. So, that's it for now.